Okay, so one of the hardest things to do is dig a hole. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but what ends up happening when you dig a hole is usually you discover you have to make the hole wider than you originally intended. Well, guess where you threw your dirt? You threw it not that far away. So now when you go to make the hole bigger, you got all this dirt there that you just put there because you were digging the hole and you didn't put it away far enough. Now I knew this going in, and I still did a marginal job. Not bad, but you see this? This is the second thing. When you put your dirt farther away, don't cover anything up. As you, in the other videos I've been making, you see every now and then I pull something out of the ground, like a nice square patio block or a brick or something. Even though I took caution, I still ended up over time, as the hole got bigger and I had more dirt and I had to keep moving more dirt, I covered things. So I ended up covering this. So now I have to pull it out, take the time. So you're going to discover that whenever you dig a hole, you literally have to plan. If you say to yourself, I'm digging a 3-foot diameter hole, literally multiply that by at least 3, maybe even 4, and go 12 feet away with your dirt and leave that way away in case, because the other thing I need to mention is I was digging out a big, I always think of it as a Venus flytrap, and it's not. It's the other. I don't know why I think of that name and I can't think of the other name. Anyway, it's the big flower with the thing that comes out. I'll remember it in a minute. Anyway, as I was digging it out, I'd been there for 30 years. I had to keep making the hole bigger and bigger. Well, as I made the hole bigger and bigger, I had to step into the ladder, into the shovel. I had to literally, as I put the shovel down, I had to aim my foot to the lip of the shovel. And that's like the dumbest thing you can do. That's like going to screw up your knee. And that could be really tragic. That's why I have to keep making the hole bigger. So you have like these plateaus that go down, so you're not lunging to reach the shovel. So as I did that, the hole got bigger, and I kept putting the dirt farther away, but inevitably I covered things up. So that's why whenever you take on a project, and birds of paradise. See, I told you a minute later. I had a big birds of paradise plant, and as I dug around it, I couldn't get my leg down deep enough, so I had to, and every time you make a bigger circle, it's like 3 times the work because of pi r squared, I think, right? You make it, if it's 2 feet around, then you want to make it 3 feet around. That's like double the distance. Or if you make it 4 feet around, it's going to be like 6 times the amount of work. It's just, whatever the math is, it's huge. And all that extra dirt has to go somewhere. So now I'm just saying that this is now why this happened. Because ultimately, as I was trying to find places for dirt, I covered this up. And I've already taken half of it out, but now it's really wedged. It was wedged on this side too. And this actually stopped the rototiller. So this is from a palm tree. Anyway, so that's just the lesson here is clear your area way around whenever you're going to dig a hole. And have a method. Don't just think you can throw it. Because here's another thing that, this is so crazy. It's for digging a hole, right? You might want to moisten the dirt because that makes it easier to dig. Well, guess what happens? It sticks to your shovel. When you go to throw it, you go, and it's still stuck on your shovel. And then you kind of like fling it a couple times, and then it doesn't go anywhere. And you did all that extra work, and you're like more tired because of it. So it's really good. I mean, ultimately a wheelbarrow, just pop it in the wheelbarrow and move it 5 or 10 feet and dump it there. It can just save you so much time in the long run.